And welcome, foolish mortals. This is Emily.
And Clayton, what are we? We're your ghost hosts.
Of course we are.
We're your chilly ghost hosts. But
Wintry, bundled up ghost hosts.
today is the final episode of the season, of the year, of the whatever.
2025.
2025.
That's a wrap.
I think without further ado, we'll get into it.
It's time to make it magical. Clayton, are you ready to ring in 2026?
I'm ready to go on been really looking forward to the end of the year break. But then Emily made the comment of like, well, it's not like 2026. 2026 is coming around right around. It'll be the restart of a whole new year. Like, oh yeah, that's shockingly true. So yes, I am ready for the end of the year. I think we're both ready for the end of the year.
We are. Should we just address this right now, I guess?
Yeah, so this episode,
It'll be different.
This will be different.
This is a special episode to end out 2025.
We're going to do a retrospective. So let's retrospectively talk about the last 2 weeks where we did not put an episode. We're okay. The end of the year just kind of hit us harder than we were expecting in a way.
Hit me really hard.
Emily kind of was getting very close to like full on burnout stage.
Yeah, not good. I don't recommend that.
One of the things that Emily needs to work on, which her husband has been telling her.
I don't like to use the word resolution. It's an intention going into 2026. I need to be better about taking time for myself, not being productive.
Not being productive.
Or
is
not
the key
feeling
thing.
the need to constantly be productive.
Yes, that's
because
the key thing.
Taking care of yourself and having downtime
That
to
is
just do nothing is being productive.
That is being productive. So that
My
is
brain just somehow can't get that.
That is one thing that Emily needs to work on in the new year. Her husband got that down in spades. I know that there is definitely something where I don't have to be productive, and I'm okay with that. I'll sit on the couch and read a book. But that's one thing that Emily struggled with towards the end. She just wasn't feeling up to recording, and we don't just want to put out something for the sake of putting it out. We really want to ensure that when we're stepping behind these microphones, it is as energetic and as intentional as possible.
I don't want to try to put on a show
Right.
because then that comes through. I'm not being genuine. I can't just fake it.
So we decided not to put out 2 episodes, and then we figured we would do this kind of quick retrospective and say, hey,
and just
we're
a
alive.
check-in before, because we already were planning on doing winter break. We mentioned that in a previous episode. We didn't want to just go off silent night off into 2026 without saying anything.
So yeah, that's where we've been. That's what's been going on.
We're okay. We're alive. We're fine. Everything is fine.
So we figured, we get on quickly, do some quick retrospective. It's been a big year for us regardless.
It
Of
has.
a lot of things.
Before we actually get into reflecting on everything, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all the people that did check in on me. Because I also wasn't present, and I still haven't really been present on Instagram. That's usually where I'm posting at least something if we're not recording. I didn't even do that. And we had quite a few people actually message me like, hey, are you okay? So thank you for that. That's very sweet to check in. It's very appreciated that our absence is recognized, I guess.
Yeah, that's one of the things. We really enjoy getting behind these and doing this. It's one of our great joys and something that we really do enjoy doing. But
we don't want it to make it a thing where we're forcing ourselves if we're not up for it, because unfortunately the podcast is a side hobby.
Yeah.
It is not what we're able to just spend a ton of time on. So if we are feeling burnt out or we're not up for it, we need time to just relax and take care of ourselves. We need to listen, and unfortunately, that just sometimes means we have to unexpectedly miss a week or two.
I think
that kills me, honestly. I hate having to skip a week.
That was something we were a bit better about in 2025. We were better about being okay with that, because there was a few weeks early on where it's just like we were rushing to get things out, which was a whole different.
And that turns this into being something that's not fun.
Yeah.
When it's, okay, we need to record now. We need to do this and get it out by this. And then it feels like, well, that's kind of taking the magic out of everything we're doing here.
Yeah, so we gave ourselves some grace in being able to take a day off from our podcast, because we do this as a hobby on the side. A lot of that is on the weekends. Work for myself has been busier than I remember it in
Yeah.
December. There's a number of reasons why that is.
And then just general life things come up.
Yeah,
I
and
think
then
people understand.
yeah,
We so much didn't quite understand that. I for sure was a lot harder on myself a lot earlier on in the first few years of the podcast. Now I'm understanding it is okay for us to skip a week. And I think the real listeners, the people who enjoy what we do, they understand.
yeah.
And no, sometimes it happens. Sometimes things get in the way.
So let's pretend like we're a semblance of a real show that's trying to do real things apart from get to the end of the year. There's still time. Again, in January, we're doing Make It Magical Patreon gifts. We've reworked that so that it's everything is in one fell swoop. It's a little bit easier for us than celebrating individual anniversary milestones. We want to do the anniversary gift in one shot. So if you're with us at the end of January, you'll be getting all the swag bag stuff that we have. We have pins, pens, stickers. And if you've been with us for a long, long time, you're going to be getting yourself a Make It Magical tote bag.
Very exciting.
So
yes.
there's some exciting things on that front.
So anyone that is an active paid member, it does not matter what tier you are, as long as you are signed up by January 31st, so very end of the first month of the new year, you will be getting some really fun magic mail heading your way.
And we will have a Patreon giveaway to be determined of what it is. We have all kinds of stuff.
There's going to be a lot happening with Patreon. We're also, during our winter break, we've decided that is when we are going to sit down and do our Patreon rework to start figuring out exactly like when we want to post everything, what kind of content we want to be posting, how often, those types of things. So more info on that to also come. But make sure if you've been thinking about Patreon, now's a great time to sign up and ring in the new year with Make It Magical, and you'll get some little fun goodies from us as well.
Yes. Now, just remember, Emily, that you need to be easy on yourself during winter break. It is a break.
I know that.
Do you know that? Yeah, she doesn't. It's a work in progress. There's a lot of these memes on Instagram where people are like, what happens when a go-getter marries I'll get to it her. I'm the definition of I'll get to it when I feel like it. And Emily is the definition of go-getter, like, let's just get it done now.
I can't relax until I get it taken care of.
It's all true. When two people like that, it's almost always like the go-getter happens to marry the I'll get to it her. Like they just find themselves. And we found ourselves. And there's nothing more that drives me crazy than Emily's go-getterness, especially when I'm in the very midst of I'll get to it. And nothing, and vice versa for Emily, because she's like, let's just get it done.
I just want to get it done, and then
I'm
we
like,
can relax the rest of the day.
I'll get to it. So one of the things
Thanks for all that.
One of the things that I'm trying to work on is because Emily needs to be okay with I'll get to it, at least in some things. So that's the definition of that.
All right, I think everyone gets the
Yeah,
point.
but we get the
I'm
point.
a work in progress. I think they get it.
And I'm perfectly perfect. I have my own set of problems. Let's just put it that way.
This isn't a therapy session.
This is did you join here for the therapy hour? But so let's talk some big things retrospectively. I guess the biggest thing that happened this year, besides our 4-year pod anniversary.
No, 3 years.
Oh, the time just flies. Really, only 3 years?
Only 3. That's a big. Don't sell that short. That's a
I know.
huge
I thought it was
accomplishment.
4. I guess it's 150 episodes. That's 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that, and we made the plunge. We jumped over to YouTube. We have 80 subscribers, which is probably more than I gave ourselves credit for to have at the end of the year. We have 80
Really?
subscribers. Yeah,
You
of
didn't
course.
think we'd get there?
Not by the end of the year.
Oh.
I didn't not by
Round
the end
of
of the year.
applause for us then.
Every once in a while, our videos pop up on YouTube, and I'm like, I'm looking at the views. I'm like, well, we're getting up there, but it's just like that's probably one of the biggest fears that I have with doing the whole YouTube thing is like putting out there and just like, because when you do the podcast version of this, you put it out there, and getting your stats is generally complicated.
YouTube, not so much.
YouTube,
It's
not
all
so much.
Laid
It's
out right
laid
there
out
for
there
you.
right in front of you and for you. And but that's so for with the regular podcast, I've avoided all the stats because it's so much work to go get them, and I never cared enough to go do it. But with YouTube, it's like,
Well, that's not the goal for us,
Yeah.
is to reach a certain amount or X amount.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
Do we want to get into the things you need to work on?
What?
Mr. Perfect.
That's a joke. What? Whatever.
Go ahead, redeem yourself, please.
All I'm saying is, like, of course, we would love for this hobby to.
Here's the way to put it. I don't think any person who's creating content, you would be thrilled if it took
Yes.
off. That is what no one doesn't want it to just
Obviously,
sit there stagnant.
Obviously that.
However, the thing I always say, that is not like the end goal for us necessarily. Our
course not.
focus is on, as long as it brings people some bit of happiness, a bit of
Yes.
magic into their week to escape whatever may be going on, to just hang out and have fun and talk about the thing we all love, including Clayton, who's a mega super Disney nerd, of course. We all know that
I don't know
now.
what you're talking about.
Like, that is accomplishing everything we've ever set out to.
Oh yeah.
However, it would be, I'm not going to lie, it'd be really cool if this took off.
I'm 100% behind that. I enjoy when we get messages saying, "Oh, I really liked your episode," or what have you, or we get comments about people who are like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know that," and they learned something. I do really enjoy that. On the flip side, of course, if we were making like buku bucks, obviously that would be big time. But we all know that that's not. That's not what we do it for. We really do. We enjoy getting in this room. It gives us a hobby that we can put a lot of time into to share a love of something that's foundational to our relationship. That's very important to you. And we get to share that love with other people who enjoy it and get a blast out of content. And we get to joke around and kind of be ourselves in a time where there's a lot of stuff going on, so it's a bit of an escape for everyone, and
Including us.
We're glad to be able to provide that as much as possible. So yeah, I do enjoy that, and I really do like that we're on YouTube, but I never gave us credit that we would get to 80 subscribers. People say like, "Oh, I got like 1.1 million subscribers." We're like, "We got 80, yo!"
Yeah!
And that's a big number still, and I didn't expect that. It's like it takes time to build, and I
Yeah.
did not expect to have 80 by the end of the year because it's only been 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and
And I want to
that's a
say
big
I've
number for us. So.
promoted anything or really tried to.
Yeah, and we're very laissez-faire about the whole let's try to
Self-promotion.
grow, and so we're
So
letting it grow organically, let's say.
let's say if Patreon isn't in your means to support us monetarily, one really great alternative, if you do enjoy the show, something I would recommend, tell your friends about the podcast, share it with someone else who you think may enjoy what we do. That's the best way to help us grow, is just by sharing. So if you want to help us do the work we're kind of awkward about in self-promotion, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to
Merry
us.
Christmas to us.
Thank you.
We
for
do
your,
appreciate it.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah. But I know before we had talked about YouTube for a very long time
Yeah.
and starting a channel. You were very hesitant and nervous leading up to the launch of everything.
Yes.
Why is that? Is it just because of putting things out there
It's
and it
a more-
doesn't do well?
Yeah, it's
I think
more in
that
your
that's-
face.
That's every content creator's
Yeah.
biggest fear, is putting something out there and it just doesn't reach anybody.
Yeah, that's definitely. I made peace with the podcast of not really ever knowing how many people listen, and being okay with not really trying to care enough about that, and just knowing that kind of gauging what we have, because we have a good amount of Patreon members, so people who care enough to have gone and support the show. So like I
think
that
putting-
was more than enough. But then when you put it on YouTube and you get like, it's like just direct in your face, hey,
it's hard to avoid looking at how many likes you get per video. That's
Exactly.
incredibly
So-
small, or how many subscribers or views.
right.
It's quite difficult to tune that part out, especially when you see what other videos get in comparison. It's
Yeah.
hard not to do that with things. Anyone can relate, whether it's social media, putting videos, podcasts. If you're paying attention to the numbers in any capacity, it takes a lot to not let that actually get to you.
I would agree with that. Yeah, for sure. So that was probably my number one concern. just like, what if people don't like us? What if people don't like my video? But
Well, then that's fine. They're not meant to watch what we're creating.
yeah,
As
that's
long
true.
as you're proud of what you do, that's really all that matters. And you hear that other people enjoy it, then the rest can just be background noise. They'll find someone else
That's fair.
who they relate to.
Yeah.
We don't have to appeal to everyone.
That's a good way to put it. So you're much better at that in that realm than I am.
Oh, I've grown. I was really bad about checking numbers in the beginning. I have moments for sure. It's hard not to always have your eyes on the prize in the correct way.
Yeah.
It can be really difficult to get out of that and say, you know what, I want to work towards this many subscribers. When in reality, when you hit that goal, you're just going to set another one. It's a constantly moving goalpost.
That's very true. It is very true, Emily. Other things, obviously, we did 3 years. We finished Haunted Mansion. That was a big whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That
Are we
was-
just going to talk about podcast
Oh, no.
accomplishments?
No, I was
or-
just trying to think of what on the podcast that we've done. I sat in a room with Tony Baxter. That's a pretty big deal.
That is a very big deal.
Other things on the podcast side, obviously, I think a lot of everything was over the top of the mountain, and that was YouTube.
Oh, yeah,
sure,
absolutely.
yeah.
That was a big goal of ours,
Yeah.
which I didn't know if we would ever actually commit to doing that. Is a big jump.
It was a big jump. Personally, we ran a marathon.
Very first marathon
Very first
ever.
marathon. That was a big deal for us, big time. Being able to do dopey, even running our marathon sick, technically.
I didn't get to do dopey.
Not in our, well, there's always next year. And always, unfortunately, doing that sick and having a pretty good time for the two of us, considering, like, you stopped for characters.
I
some.
stopped for the bathroom probably 20 times. I
Yeah.
was really nervous.
I had yeah. But so for both of those times, those were both good times for considering, all things considered. So there was that.
It's not even the time. Even with anyone I talk to about if they're considering doing a Run Disney race, my advice, never care about the time, especially the first time you go into it. Even with the marathon, and once I knew I was getting sick, I did not even care about how long it would take me. I just wanted to finish. And no matter how many hours it would be doing that race, as long as I crossed the finish line, that's something to be proud of.
That's probably also something that you're a lot better at than I am.
Yeah, that's your toxic trait. Your toxic runner trait is being preoccupied with always outdoing yourself.
Yeah, well,
It's a good goal.
You only-
I mean, I want to hit PRs,
you
but
only live once. No, I was doing the fancy way of saying,
I'm a toxic man.
toxic. We all have our toxic traits. That just happens to be mine. It doesn't help that I'm like apparently unable to fall asleep or I always get sick before a run, but that's a different story. But no, I'm very proud of us in our marathon.
I am too.
I am too.
That was, I mean, out of the entire year, that was one of the greatest things we did.
Yeah.
By far.
That was probably definitely one of the greatest things that we did that year.
Do you want to know the memory that always will stick out in my head?
When you finished and I was there for you.
Yeah,
And I hugged you.
you put, what are those called? Like the wrap things?
The nylon blankets or the tech bar blankets or whatever.
And the second I got into the zone where you could greet like
Yeah.
family members or people that were done racing.
I was like, you have to come a little bit closer. We're going to get yelled at if we stop right there. Come across this line. You're like, what? I'm like, just trust me. Take 2 more steps across the tape and then we'll be fine. Otherwise, we're going to get yelled at by that Run Disney volunteer over there. But continue.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
But you took that wrap and put it over us, so we were in like our own little bubble.
Yeah.
Because I just broke down crying. It's very emotional. If you've never done one of those big races, I'm like getting. I'm clearly still emotional.
Being
about it.
able
It's
to run a
big
marathon
deal.
is a big deal. At about mile 25, you're like, I'm never doing this again. Why would I ever? And in the Walt Disney World one, I swear that back mile at the back lot of Epcot, it's 3 miles.
Did you say mile 25?
Yeah.
Isn't the race 26 miles?
I'm saying at mile 25, you're telling yourself, I'm never doing this again.
Oh.
And then you cross the finish line and you're like, I could probably do this again.
That's immediately what I said.
Because
when I, crossed
I
the
said,
finish line.
I was in that back half of Epcot waiting on mile 25 and I said, I'm never doing this again.
No,
Why?
I said that when we were doing the Blizzard Beach loop.
No, I was
Like,
at
I hate this
I was at
part.
mile 25. My body was just like, what are we doing? And I'm like, exactly, what are we doing? I'm never doing this again. And then I crossed the finish line. I'm like, I could probably do this again.
Yeah. I think that's what most goes through most runners' minds.
Yeah.
I that was a big day. I had trained so hard for that. I was ready, and to slowly feel myself getting sicker and sicker leading up to race day
Yeah.
was very difficult.
That's a tough
To
one.
know I'm gonna have to somehow run 26 miles. This happened at the worst possible time. It's out of my control now. I can't do anything about it. I can't magically make myself feel good for racing. And waiting at that finish line, I was so nervous. And to get started and say, oh my gosh, I literally thought, how am I going to do this? I don't know if I can. But I
And yet
did.
You did.
I did it.
You did it.
It was even though it was one of the hardest things I've ever done, it was even during the race, there were so many moments where I kept thinking, this is the coolest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. Was that before or after you had to run past the Pacers? Get out of my way, Pacers. Em has it.
I'm not a fan of the pace groups. They block too much of the area. Be mindful of your fellow
There's
runners.
definitely parts of that course where course narrows and you're like, okay, how am I gonna get through all this? But no, I really had a great time doing the run, doing the marathon. It was definitely one of the greatest achievements. We're gonna do it again. We have the SF marathon coming up in July.
Yeah.
Which we need to start running for. It's so cold in the Bay Area, we don't see the sun. We haven't actually. The sun is out now, but it took all the way to about 1 o'clock for it to come out. We're getting all we had is fog, and more fog, and so it's been really cold. Sun's not coming out, and it makes me not want to go running in the morning. But that's we're coming up on another run. We have a run in January that we have to go, or the end of January, which is the Disneyland half marathon. We did do the September Halloween half marathon. That one was a bit of an interesting run because after we finished the marathon, we got really, really sick. And we were sick for a while.
Yeah.
And that really zaps the will of everything. And then life, busy, work, busy. And we had a bunch of some other stuff going on. We kind of stopped running for a while. And then we got back into training at the 11th hour for that run. And both of us did pretty well in that run, considering we hadn't been running pretty consistently for a while. So, yeah. And then we have another run coming up in January. And then we have the marathon. And then we have to schedule whatever else is coming up.
We need to see whatever else we can get ourselves signed up for to be revealed later, hopefully.
Emily's like, guess who's not going to the office on Walt Disney World Marathon sign-up day?
I need you as a backup.
You need to be here.
I was on the front lines by myself. We don't need to talk about that day.
So yeah, we'll probably be aiming to sign up for 2027, but that's to come later. Anything else? Big thing? Alani, obviously.
That was a huge deal.
That was a huge deal, says Emily. What? I'm just joking. What? No, that was a huge deal. It was
I know you need to work on the new year. Your joke's sticking the landing.
Yeah, some of my jokes don't land, which is unfortunate.
Some.
Ouch!
But
What do you mean some? You mean like 99%
don't work?
do land. Whoa, ouch. I'm hilarious. Yes, we were able to go to Alani for the first time. That was a lot of fun. We did another cruise. We were on another new ship.
We were
on the...
I wonder if it was the Wonder.
Yeah, we were on the Wonder. That's our third ship. We've now been on the Magic, the Fantasy, and the Wonder.
Why are you saying that so slow?
This is like me trying to say, oh, I have a big thing for this year. I said, without having to be coached in the proper order, all the reindeer. This is the kind of stuff that I have to be proud about when it comes to December, because we start, of course, our Christmas movie watching, and Emily's like, we're watching Jingle All the Way, and
a classic.
And if you don't like that movie,
that cookie down.
You better put that cookie down and watch that movie, because it's a fantastic movie. And there's a moment where he has to name all the reindeers. Emily, of course, pauses said movie. It says, Clayton, name all the reindeer.
Because I'm like, this is so easy. Why is this the final question? You're like, I don't know. I don't know the order.
I couldn't tell you that.
How do you know the order of the reindeer?
I couldn't tell you the order of the reindeer. So I get quizzed every year, and I got it right for the first time. No coaching this year.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Comet, Cupid.
No!
Cupid, Comet.
No, Dasher.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Cupid,
No,
Comet, Donner, Blitzen.
Comet Cupid.
You see, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen,
Mm-hmm.
Cupid,
No,
Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
Yes.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet,
Yeah.
Comet, Cupid,
Donner Blitzen.
Donner, Blitzen.
Oh boy.
See, you can see
Okay,
the problem.
you kind of almost got it.
It was like a spur of the moment thing, apparently, because apparently I
It was
don't
a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, because apparently I don't know what it is. I don't
Apparently.
know what it is now.
Apparently still don't.
But yeah, we were able to go to Lonnie. We got a new ship. We have a new ship we'll be going on in January, the second week of January. We get to go on the Wish for the first time.
Yeah.
We also are going to be able to do the Treasure.
Yeah,
We got
have a lot going
we got our
on.
luggage tags, and guess who's gold, baby?
Very
These people.
exciting.
So we have a lot to look forward to in 2026. Obviously, we're going to grow this channel or work on growing this channel.
We'll
We hope,
work on not being afraid to self-promote.
yeah, that's kind
Although
of a key
I'm
thing.
sure listeners are grateful we don't do a lot of
One-
self-promotion.
One thing I'm really proud of in
Uh-oh, are you gonna make me
2025,
cry?
maybe.
Oh,
One thing I'm really proud of in 2025 is how you've taken the next step. And this is going to be a little bit of a shameless plug, but it is in very much so something I am very proud of Emily for. I'm very proud of you for taking the reins on your travel agency your agency of
eloquent.
being a travel agent.
Yes.
And you're working to grow that portion of the Make It Magical empire
Ink.
and yeah, I'm very proud of you and all your travel agent stuff. I've seen how much effort and how much care, I'm sure the people who booked with you do see that as well, how much effort and care you put into booking, taking care of their trips, and I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm really excited to see how you grow that in 2026. What year
Check
is it?
watch
Is that
for the
year?
calendar.
What year is it? So yeah, so that's the one thing. That's the other
That's
thing I'm very proud about.
sweet.
Well, you are most welcome.
I'm excited. I
Yeah.
mean, it's very cool. I keep track of that, my growth over the years since I've
Yeah.
started doing my travel planning, and it's very cool to see that it's slowly continued to grow over the years. But I have plans on new things to do in 2026, so I'm looking forward to see what that will bring.
Yep, someone's gonna have to get the old website fingers, so that will be my.
We have a lot of goals, so
I'll be
I'm
on-
looking forward to it.
I'll be on winter break, company shutdown between Christmas and New Year's. I get a bunch of days off. Of course, Emily will be like, "Well, you're
Christmas vacation.
you're not doing anything, are you now, huh?"
Man, you make me sound like I
No.
have a whip in my hand. Like,
No. Well,
get to work.
when you're on your go-getterness, it can feel like that
I'm
sometimes for
just-
me.
I have a lot of goals. We'll just say that. I dream big here.
You dream big. That's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You dream big, but sometimes I'm just trying to read a book on the couch. You know what I mean?
Okay, message
Message kind of received.
somewhat received.
No, I'm kidding. I, of course, will help you do whatever you need to get done. We have a lot of stuff we got to get done. Part of which is clean up the studio once and for all. But that's really nothing that we'll ever be able to get done. Clean up the studio. But I think we just wanted to get on here again. Like we said, we're so very thankful for each and every one of you that listens, comments, DMs us, checks in on us, sends us funny Disney reels. Or is that just me sending those to Emily? I don't know. I send a lot of fire reels to my wife, and she just kind of ignores them.
I haven't been on social media at all, so that includes not checking the 50 reels you sent
But
me.
I am sending you some absolute
I'll get to
fire
it when I can,
reels,
Clayton.
and you need to get to it. Hop to it. But yes, that is to say, thank you so much for being a part of this, for sticking with us. We know that we really appreciate that we can take 2 weeks off when we're feeling like, down,
And that
and
people still understand.
and or even like, is everything okay? Checks in.
Yeah.
Means the world to us. We're so thankful to all of you. We want to wish you a happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you do celebrate. or whatever you celebrate in this time. So
Even if
again,
you're not celebrating this
Yeah.
time of year, we just hope you
have a
stay magical.
have
everyone.
a good end of 2025, and we'll see you on the fresh inked, less non-inked page of 2026. I really butchered that at the 11th hour, but we'll see you over there in 2026. We'll be back, I believe, the 8th,
Oh no.
something like that.
I don't know. We'll be back
We'll
sometime
be back
in January.
The first-ish week, I think, of January is what was on our schedule. But if we're not there, we'll be there.
I think what's important to know, if we ever are gone unexpectedly without letting you know, we will always come back and we'll hopefully give an update at some point. Usually it won't be too long without us.
We promise not to vanish off the face of the sun.
And if
or
we
the
do
earth.
decide to do that, we will let you know about it first.
Yeah.
That is our promise to you.
Yeah. Emily's really contemplating Robinson Bank, so we might have to go underground. And she's really just trying to buy portions of the Disney company slowly but surely. But I don't know if that's, I might have to rework her plan on that one.
What?
I don't know. I'm a bit rusty since we haven't done it in 2 weeks. And apparently my jokes don't land.
What?
Ouch. Okay. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. We'll see you in 2026. So please take the rest of the year, spend some time, recover, relax, recuperate, and
enjoy not having to listen to us for a couple weeks.
Then in 2026, we'll hit the ground fresh with some new content.
Yeah, and for our Patreon members, stay tuned. We will for sure be posting on there, even though we're silent on this main feed.
We'll get a couple of videos out on the Patreon side. So if you are over there, or if you don't want to join, again, you can get all your goodies, including this pen that is wiggling because it's the pen trick. And then you can get all that. Sign up, patreon.com/makeitmagicalpod. Again, if you're on YouTube side, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram at makeitmagicalpod. Follow Emily at makeitmagical_travel for her travel agency stuff. She's going to start posting on that in 2026 on her Instagram page. Tips, tricks, all the stuff that you need to have a successful Disney vacation.
That's right.
Or not even just Disney, because we're going to Universal. We're doing Epic.
We are. Yeah. Is this the first time we've mentioned that?
Apparently.
We're going to Epic Universe.
We're doing Epic Universe. We're going to Disney World. Well, we're going to Florida. We're going to Orlando.
Yeah. Back. Whoa. Let's rewind.
Okay. So yeah, in January, we're going to be going to Orlando. We'll be doing one day
at Epic Universe.
At Epic.
Yeah.
One day at Epic.
We're going directly to Universal when we fly in.
And we're going to do a resort stay at the Polynesian. Because that's another one we haven't checked off, especially since we are not going to be doing any Disney World parks. So we're just going to be exploring the resort, exploring the monorail loop,
cheering on all the runners.
Because if
we're
you're
not running,
so yeah, if you're doing the 2026 marathon, let us know.
We'll try
we'll try to see you at some point or support you.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually contemplating that because we will be there during the marathon.
Yeah,
and we'll be at the Polynesian. I was either thinking of. I think it'd be really cool to go and celebrate like really early on Main Street. Mm-hmm. We'd have to get up early for that, but would you want to do that?
That would be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
When else are we ever going to do that?
Yeah. I was like crazy. That was like my biggest, it's like the biggest thing burned into my memory is because I did it twice. Because we did it for the half marathon.
I was so jealous of you, even though there's no way I could have done Dopey with how sick I was.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah. I know it. However, the FOMO was real because you kept telling me about all the cool characters you kept seeing in your other races leading up to. You're like, yeah, and oh my gosh, I got to run down Main Street.
And
Magic Kingdom is
why
the
didn't you get a picture?
Ever.
And I was like, why didn't you get a picture? Because it's cold and I'm trying to get done with the run so I get back to the room and get under the covers. But yeah, running through the gates and then through underneath the train and then down Main Street with all those people is like burned into my memory.
So cool.
That might be fun to go do. We can try to figure out how to do that. As I'm sure we'll be at the Polynesian, so we'll have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, so if you're running 2026 Disney World Marathon or any one of the days, let us know. We'll be there on Marathon Day and the day before. I think, yeah. So we'll be there on the Polynesian half marathon and Marathon Day. So if you're around, if you want to say hi, let us know, and we'll probably cheer on some marathoners.
Yeah.
So
support our fellow runners,
yeah.
And then we'll be going on the Wish for the first time.
And then we'll be going on the Wish 4-night Bahama Mama.
Yeah.
Bahama Mama
Of your
cruise.
Bahama Mama.
Hey. So yeah, that's what we got planned. So you can look forward to some trip recaps.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish our Alani discussion because we do still want to have those discussions.
Oh yeah, it's a very important episode. We just we weren't
Yeah.
up for it. Alani deserves like full energy, not some I'm not up for it.
Yeah, and not some
Doesn't
middling
deserve
energy.
that.
Doesn't
Come
deserve that kind
on.
of energy. So again, thank you so much. We'll see you in 2026. So I think with that,
Remember to be kind to each other and
let's make it
magical.
magical.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Happy New Year.